soliciting for sex while hearing confessions. The Pope says no further appeal will be allowed. It comes just days before he hosts a world gathering of bishops to discuss sex abuse by the
clergy. You go to the zoo, right? Would you go to the zoo if there wasn't a wall?
Living in a religious house in Kansas, he technically
no, you wouldn't.
remains a priest, but no longer has priestly powers. Special counsel Robert Mueller's office says President Trump's former campaign chairman Paul Manafort could be sentenced to more than 19 years in prison on tax and bank fraud charges. Payless Shoe Source says it will close all 2,100 of its remaining stores in the U.S. and Puerto Rico because of financial
Payless.
It's
about 30 seconds behind.
Wow.
Payless, well, you know what they did? They did a deal in New York City, in Manhattan, where they opened a store called Paylessy.
Yeah.
And they had their shoes in there.
Yeah.
At like outrageous prices, and people were just like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I bought the shoe!" And
And then they told them it was Payless. So they revamped their product line. I'm surprised.
Showers at times tomorrow in
I guess they just said
high 58.
Wow.
And then drying out but cooling off on Monday, low 34, high 49. And wet Tuesday through Thursday, highs in the 50s.
This rain, I'm so over people calling me about roof leaks.
Oh,
I'm sure you guys
there we
are
go.
too,
Hey.
RTM Roofing. Go to rtmroofing.com for all your roofing needs.
Roofing.
Yes, 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 yes. Herding cats in a room full of crazies. Jumping off bridges with no parachutes. That's what we do on this show, it seems like. But you know what? You're listening to Renovation Nation live. Yes, 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 it's live.
Yeah.
One of those days, man. It's live on Renovation Nation on Super Talk 997 WTN. I'm Chad Rowan, the host, owner of RTM Roofing. Sitting here with a room full of people. I mean, we've got everybody in house today. It's going to be a great day. I got a Jay Gregory of Spaceman Promotions. I got Jamison Durham of the big Blackwell Realty and Auction Company. Jay's debut today, and Jamison's repeat. It's his first time since he's come back here since he started. He was about a weekend. We were just talking off air. We're live on Facebook. We're live on all of our pages on Facebook. My personal one, the RTM Roofing page. I mean, we're everywhere. We're on YouTube. Got a YouTube channel now. You know, go to RTM Roofing, search YouTube. I want to talk about RTM Roofing here in a minute, about a lot of stuff we're doing with the LLS, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. We mentioned that last week with Aaron Joyce of Keller Williams, your Nashville agent. Isn't that correct, Carly? Yeah, your NashvilleAgent.com. Be sure and check him out. He's donating some monies for each listing he gets in these next few weeks, as well as anything that they close. And I think Jamison's going to bring some stuff up like that. We're challenging all of our realtors, with a little bit of a, we're getting to raise money, but I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so it's been a great week. Yeah, no, I'm just getting the tease. I've been laughing in there. I'm not teasing. I'm teasing right now. So, but we're going to go to a lot of different things. And but let me see, what else can I say here? What else can I go on? Oh, this last week.
You could introduce your amazing co-host.
I wasn't getting that far yet. I was going to joke about. I brought in 2 IKO hats today. And I was waiting on you to see them, but I was trying to hide them. And you go, "Hey, are those mine?" I'm like, "Nope." I was like, "Those
they will be after this show."
They're our giveaways for our clients and our guests here today. And I'm really not going to give away them. I just want to give them to you. So,
we're going to be fighting in a minute.
Sitting here with Chris Gilbreth and of Westwood Management, and my good buddy, a longtime friend, and all that good craziness, and my co-host here, and Jamison Durham, got Jay Gregory, got Carly Giannotti. Got Miss Kimberly Rowland back here in the back, and it's one of these days. It's a wet, nasty day. Again, I know, and that's the whole deal. It's just nuts. It's good. Business is absolutely insane right now.
Dude, I'm tired of hearing about roof leaks.
Dude,
if you have a roof leak, you know it.
I don't care how good your work is. A lot of times, these kind of rains will show you any fault in your building envelope. Notice I didn't say your roofing system, your building envelope.
Absolutely, it'll leak from air. We just moved into a new commercial space, and windows are leaking, from that driving rain.
Yep.
And I actually came across a roof the other day that I'm probably gonna have to have you come look at, but they failed to put any counter flashing up against the brick in one section.
Imagine that.
Huh? What do you think's happening on that deal? Subfloor soaking wet.
There's a fungus among us. There's some mold around.
Yeah, that's exactly right, dude. Yeah.
But anyhow, so it's one of those crazy days today of all that. I've got to throw a big shout out to to all of our listeners out here that's been blowing our phones up. You know, I was talking to a guy yesterday, and he listens to the show. He's in construction. You know, I'm meeting him next Friday.
Yeah.
You know, I said I actually got that lead. I took it, and you know, we've been just inundated by calls, which is great, and we're able to absorb them. And I'm running them. I love it. And we got 2 new guys coming in Monday. I mean, we're just expanding out, but you know, outside the belt buckle right now, and it's great. But everything's been, but he listened, and he said, you know, you guys sound like you actually know what you talk about. You believe in your roofing systems, and, you know, you believe in what you do. And I was like, that's what we do. You know,
Take it till you make it.
Well, yes,
no, I'm just
but
kidding.
you got to jump in to know what you're doing sometimes and go learn about something. But at the same point in time, and that is sort of fake that you make. If you can't learn, you just jump in it and go. And but being able to do like we talk about it made me feel a little better because of, you know, when we're talking about our systems here, I'm not trying to beep it. It was just, we're going to do this, we're not going to do it. That's how much we believe in it. You know, I know it's a good system because of every job, you know, $3,000 or $4,000 jobs I've done since 2015. You know, we've had a half dozen leaks over the years, and that's huge. I mean, normally the statistics tell you it'd be, you know, 100 to 200 to 300, and it's not because we manage our jobs, we manage our crews, we make sure someone's there all the time watching. Not that we don't trust our crews, it's that. You know, joke when the cat's away, the mice will play.
Well, and the devil's in the details.
Always, and that's where you just mentioned the flashing.
Yeah, know? I mean, and dude, it wasn't it's not even a full foot long. And how long would that have taken to grind a little riglet in the brick and just slap it in there?
You know
what I mean.
Yeah.
And but to save this guy in my eardrum from having to hear about it.
Yep, and you might have had. You might have had a few less gray hairs on your head or something on your chin.
Yeah, yeah, they have to be on my chin.
but anyways, I want to throw a big shout out to let's see, what else did we do? Let's see here. Last week, RE. Let's see here. We went there, and
where?
RE is International Roofing Expo. It was huge. It was down there in at the convention center, and it was just, I mean, everybody from all over the planet was there. It was nuts. Well, I walked to the IKEA booth. You know, Stephen Curtis is there.
Yeah,
you know, Kevin, a bunch of different people, you know, IKEA that I know that was there, and I walk up and I look over at the TV. You know, they got TV, you know, projecting images and this and that, and all of a sudden I see me and John Springer. John Springer on it, RTM Roofing. We're one of the few, one of the top national companies that IKEA was pushing right there on their screen at the International Roofing Expo. And my big ugly mug with my horns, you know, with my fingers in there type deal. Boom, front and center.
Yeah.
So
I forwarded him that picture you sent me with him on there.
Did you? Oh, what did he say? Do you like it?
Yeah, of course he liked it.
Oh, awesome, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we. I'm sitting here with an FLSA. I can't believe I said that right. FLSA pen right now in my hand, you know, right here. And we're promoting a big sad Spaceman here, if I can talk today, and IKEA hat. But we went there, so big shout out to, you know, Velux was there. You know, all of our shingle manufacturers there, Atlas and OC and who else am I forgetting here? Certainty. I saw George Tucker, Certainty. Big shout out to him. And who else? Wayman with Velux, I think I mentioned. You know, the other apps that we use in our company were there. So we got to go around, and it was cool. People knew who we were, and, you know, were, hey, what are you doing? Because I never get to see a face sometimes with a name of people I deal with.
Yeah.
On the that end of the spectrum. But nevertheless, big shout out to Big Stephen Curtis. You know, he got me finally got me my emblem for the IKO, because I'm getting ready to wrap my truck. Having a big, you know, RTM roofing wrap on it, so you're going to start seeing that around here. So get ready. That ain't me driving it. If you see it flying by, going in one direction.
I know what truck you drive. Yeah,
nope, not me. But
now you're gonna have to get some 1-800 "How's my driving" stickers on the back of your work trucks.
Well, just gonna call my number. That's what you're gonna get. I'm gonna tell you how my driving is. What I'm gonna do. But we have been inundated since the beginning of this year. I mean, it's insane. It really is the amount of networking that we do and the work that we do and the minimal advertising. I mean, we do this here, you know, we do this marketing, and I love the show. I love educating people on something. That's why I told the guy the other day, I said, I love people that listen. Just, you know, pick something up, one thing, and just have fun.
Well, you know, speaking of picking stuff up and having people on the show, home inspectors.
Okay.
What's our boy Johnny Harper, right? So I've been to 2 houses. I went to 2 houses yesterday people just bought. And the number one thing that they said that we've tried to preach to people is their home inspector missed all.
No telling.
Well, I mean, they caught the little things, but they didn't catch the big things. And, well, they caught the big things, not the little things. And that's what's caused these people a lot of trouble. And then by the time, once it's said and done and your home inspector's gone and you close on that house, that's your baby.
Yeah.
There's no recourse on a home inspector.
Yeah, you can. No, there is recourse on a home inspector. That's why they have an arrows of omission. But that's a big legal thing. Yeah, we've been doing it.
Now you got to go spend for a lawyer. And are you really going to do that? I mean, most people won't.
True.
So anyway, that's just one thing that I can
say.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mr. Gilbert, you've been served.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a home inspector.
That's why like J&J and Aaron Schroller and Tennessee Home
Inspectors. And I warranty my work. I won't back out on you. But
no,
you do need, if you're going to buy some property, find a good home inspector that knows what he's doing, and that's hard to find.
It's hard because they have to know about everything. They have to know about everything. All I got to know is about roofing, some gutters. I can see water. I can know that, that wall's not right. I can have a general idea how to fix it, but I don't necessarily know all the other schematics of it sometimes.
Yeah.
They've got to look at your foundation, your roofing, your AC, all that stuff.
Yeah, well, and I realize...
Jamison will tell you about it. We'll see who he's using here, man, and how he likes him or her.
And both. I guess the question to ask would be, what did you do before this?
Yeah.
Because if you were a computer programmer and then you just went and got your
national market's hot.
Yeah, man, you don't want that guy. And I'm sorry if you're that guy and you're listening, but man, you need to have some experience, whether you were in insurance restoration or an adjuster or a roofer or a framer or somebody that had something to do with structure and keeping stuff out and keeping what you want in and what you don't want out.
I agree.
And
I agree. But that's a unicorn among
a lot
of people around here.
I hired a new guy this week and he's turned out pretty good. And one of my neighbors.
So you're not mad I stole the other guy?
No, you could have him. No.
Well, that escalated quickly.
So one of my neighbors, he's a retired. His dad was a developer here in town, and he doesn't work anymore. He just farms. But we were talking. I was like, "Yeah, dude." I said, "Dude's got his own tools," and I said, "He's got everything." And he looked at me, and I said, "And they're not new." Some dude roll up on your job with a bunch of brand new tools.
Yeah.
You don't want that guy neither.
Well, he might have broken last time.
I'm just saying.
He might have updated.
All of them, I don't know, man.
No, I get it. It's true.
Just saying.
It's true. No, I've still got my hammer I've had since 1986. Big east swing.
Mm-hmm.
East swing around, baby. I don't use it much anymore, but it's wore down. I mean, I've used that. I've still got my original concrete float that I started with when I was finishing concrete or learning how to finish.
Those are the guys you want to come help you.
Yeah.
Even if they haven't done it in a while.
No, they at least you gotta get back to the rhythm sometimes. It's a little rough.
Right.
It's like when I used when I helped you trench your electric line in with that machine. Where
well, that's because I've never been an operator, obviously.
You about had kidney failure from it beating you around.
I'm up there, and Chad's just in the ditch looking at me like, and then I could see the frustration building.
And
he goes, "Hey, dude, you mind if I do that?" And I was like, "Oh, hell no, go ahead, come on."
Yeah, no,
and we dug through. It's 280 feet of rock.
Mm-hmm. Who did that?
You did
got 2 thumbs pointing right now.
That.
I did that.
I stood in the ditch and froze my butt off because it was and he wouldn't even break for lunch. I was like, man, let's eat. I want to warm up.
I was in a zone.
He's like, no, we're just going to keep going.
No, I hadn't used there all machines like that have the 2 hands, for the swing, the up and down, and the bucket and all that. They have a general flow to it, and I hadn't done that in probably 5 or 10 years. 5 years when I finally looked at you like, let me jump on that. I've watched enough and seen enough, and
we pulled out rocks out of that ditch that are bigger than a truck hood.
Yep.
And end up using those and making a retaining wall to hold my driveway up.
That's the same thing we do at RTM, man. You just take your time enough and look at something, study it, figure it out.
Taking your time.
You will eventually, if you use some common sense, which is some things a rarity nowadays.
Yeah.
And if you need to, ask somebody else. What do you think? Can I lean over there? Can I grab right there and pull that up? No, man, you do that. This is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So I know that. I'm going to try it anyway.
Well, I won't do it unless I know I can fix it if I break it.
Yeah, you better ask for forgiveness and permission.
I ain't going to ask for nothing. I'm just going to fix it.
You're listening to Renovation Nation live on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. We come back. It's Jamison, Durham, sad Spaceman, Mr. Gregory. See you in 3.
RTM Roofing would like to thank
that was a good cutout. You into that?
Yeah, he did.
Military, first responder, police force, or fire department. RTM Roofing wants to offer you a discount.
I still don't know what you guys
This
talking
is
about.
a true discount.
Good. That's the whole point.
I'm so confused.
That's the whole point.
I mean,
I was like, wait, what is even happening right now?
Yeah. We're just babbling.
Yeah.
Babbling.
For real.
Having some fun.
And maybe somebody use the backup.
Yeah, I just don't.
And now I kind of want to go use a backup.
Yeah.
I can't help they don't understand what we laying down.
hey, man. It's hard having this much experience and being
what's
able
up,
to talk about it
BA?
all.
Trent, Dennis, what's up? Let's see what else we got here. Got a lot of people in today right here. Cool. Nice. Jamison's on. A lot of people join.
Roll that up for me.
What's that? It's up.
All right.
There, and there. We scouting over there.
Just checking things out.
You hit a like on that. Checking things out. Yeah, we're going to come back.
I'm not sure why I'm texting you.
I am going to say.
Go to notifications.
See, I had like 5 things written down and got 2.
On my phone.
That's because I interrupted.
No, but I did just because you get going and yeah. Oh, everybody's out of place at the office. Okay, turn my ringer off on that and go here. Let's see here. Where's that? No, it's over here. Gmail. Woo. You in bed early last night? You said.
What?
Did you crash early last night? You said.
Yeah.
That's not what she said at all.
No, she texted earlier. No, she texted earlier. That's what I was just
saying.
saying.
The conversation we were having.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. No, that
bullied.
never.
I got bullied until about 11:30.
That's bullshit too.
Corning.
Did you know many veterans are eligible to receive up to 25 hours of daily living
Maybe.
assistance?
Nope.
even
Never mind.
with no
I'll do that later
conflict?
then.
You see, not everyone is
So now then I get the
but if
password
you're a
right.
veteran with wartime service,
Yep.
you
We'll
may
probably got about a minute and a
qualify
half. Let's see.
yourself,
Go to my back to my
spouse,
notes right
or your
here.
dependent. The application process is daunting and confusing.
Hey, we get.
That's why you need to
We know
call
some
the
bikers.
Assisted
We get
Family
we
Care
get them to go pay them.
Oh, he's a biker now. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, we know real bikers.
He's got like a big beard. And
Really?
Like
He's got a new bike.
Yeah, and a new
It's not
bike.
like new tools.
Homeboy,
Oh, okay.
Homeboy's having a midlife.
Hey, you know what? That's why I sold my motorcycle. I had a Harley. I had 2 different ones for a long time, and I got rid of it because I got tired of these accountant guys that go work Monday through Friday, you know, and then show up at Hooters at Friday at 5:30 like they just got out of the pen.
Yeah, that's
And I was like,
posters.
man, come on, dude, really?
Poser.
Yeah. I don't even want to be associated with that. One dude had stick-on tattoos.
To learn more, visit
Chad does that
Assisted
sometimes.
Family
Is that on? Hey. Yes, we're back live again. I had to look at Kevin going, is that the cue music? I love it because he comes up with something now each time, and it's killer. You know,
It was Soul Train a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
now
man,
we're back to the punk rock, which I dig the punk rock.
I dig it. We got a guy coming in that played music, and I was looking at him, and I'm thinking, rockabilly, right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm thinking rockabilly. No, punk rock. I'm like, whoa, okay, I didn't see that one
Like a
coming.
little punk rock.
But you're listening to Renovation Nation live on Super Talk 997 WTN. I'm Chad Rowland, owner of RTM Roofing. You can reach RTM Roofing at rtmroofing.com or go to 615, then flip that, or call 615-500-0751, and you'll get Miss Carly Giannotti, and she'll take care of you. She's awesome at what she does, but she'll get you to the people you need to get that need to come see you. If I can ever get out of this today, I don't know what's going on. But
Get stung by a bee in the break.
yes, I did, man. Yeah, I was about to make sure Kim got on the radio here for a second.
I got stung by Kim. That's what happened.
Well, anyhow, so I wanted to remind everybody real quick before I get to Mr. Jay Gregory and Mr. Jamison Durham that I got nominated as Man of the Year for LLS, Leukemia Lymphoma Society. Go to rtmroofing.com. There's a donate button. It will click and go to explain everything that's going on. We're trying to, my goal is for during this show or over the next hour, doing raising around $1,000. I want to raise $1,000. I'd like to. So if you're out there right now, go to rtmroofing.com. Hit that donate button. It's right on the front page. You can't miss it, and read about it. Read about Dwayne's World. Dwayne Weed, Dwayne Weed. That's his name.
He's forever
now.
Dwayne Weed.
He's forever now. And but nevertheless, he battled that nasty disease and still fighting it. And they need to find better cures. It's because of that they have found that's kept him here this long, which is awesome. And they got him out of where he was at, and he's doing well. But it just we need more research. So if you can't donate, I understand. Share it. Just send the message out. That's something you can do. That's something anybody can do, and it's a good cause. And I vetted them, and they're legit, and the money's going where it's supposed to be going. So now, we're going from Dwayne's World to Sad Spaceman Promotions, Mr. Jay Gregory. How you doing, buddy? Pull that mic over to you. There you go.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing well, buddy, man. So what? Let's see. I've known you. Little disclosure. I know you. We played kickball together, and when some of my crazy bands were kicking and going, you graciously enough became one of our promoters and started putting us with stuff. And so that's why I wanted to get you on, because I've been wanting to do Nashville. I wanted to do a music show, and this is the Renovate Your Promoter show. We're going to talk about some music and how you renovate that. Not necessarily the music, but how you renovate the business side of it. Jamison Durham's in here. He's a musician, and he knows just firsthand everything on that. And we'll talk to him about that in a little bit. But first question I always do: where are you from? Who are you? How'd you get here? Where are you from?
Well, you mentioned unicorns earlier. I am a unicorn as well. I was born and raised in Middle Tennessee. You don't see that often anymore.
Nope.
I grew up in Trousdale County.
That's a half a unicorn. You got to be full unicorn in Davidson.
I'll take it. Yeah, I grew up in Trousdale County.
Yep.
Lived in Nashville for about 10 years now.
Yep.
So.
Nice. So then that leads me to the next thing. I always ask people, before you got to doing what you're doing now. Now you're about like a musician as well. You have multiple things you're doing. You don't do one thing, and
right.
That's a old musician trick, because I always say the other paid money, music doesn't sometimes. So you got to do what you got to do. That's how I learned construction. It's the only job that let you go out from Wednesday to the following Monday and come back Tuesday and work to Thursday and leave again, because if you at least knew what you're doing, they would take the help and you can go play, try to make your life doing music.
Mm-hmm.
Tough hoe to row, or tough row to hoe. Something like that.
What you talking about?
I don't know.
Like that?
It's something like that. But anyway. So Jay, what have you done to get you to where you're doing the promotions? What was your first job, or where are you at right now?
Well, I currently work at a doctor's office 9 to 5. That's my main job. Spaceman started out kind of as a hobby to keep myself busy. Started with a friend. I had a small stint as the lead vocalist of a band when I was in college.
No.
I was not very good, so it didn't last long.
What kind of band was it?
It was a rock band. Yeah, with some Christian undertones. So
very good.
They continued on without me. So a few years later, they had made an album. I listened to them. This is pretty good. I enjoyed the music. I said, if you guys ever need help, I'm bored a lot. I'll help you guys find some shows. So the band was One Must Fall. A couple of my friends, still good friends with today. Started helping them book some shows. Most of them were in Clarksville at the Warehouse.
Yep.
Opened up for some what was then national touring bands.
Mm-hmm.
Getting more and more followers for them, more and more shows. As that came along, other bands were like, hey, can you help us? Another band, hey, can you help us too? More and more, just kind of started to snowball. That's when it kind of turned into Sad Spaceman Promotions. This is just Jay Gregory.
No,
I was going to say, how did you come up with the name Sad Spaceman?
Sad Spaceman, so I've dealt with depression like my entire life. Like it's been an issue for me. So part of the reason I started helping bands is to keep my mind busy from other things.
Mm-hmm.
So the purpose of Sad Spaceman is, one, I'm a nerd. If you're watching, you can kind of see I look like a nerd. I'm a nerd. I like sci-fi. I like things like that. So
you got the face for radio.
So the purpose of Sad Spaceman is I want to remember where I came from while I'm doing what I'm doing. So I'm here today because of the struggles I went through and the things I've done, and I want that to be a focal point when I put my name out there in front of everybody.
That's awesome. No, and I can say, and I can contest that, or not contest. I can testify, if you will, of the work that you always did when we were using your services, and I'm hoping to be using them here again soon because I've got some things in the works. But that you're on top of it. I mean, you're coordinating, you're getting bands together. They're coming. Some of them are coming from out of town, not just local bands. I mean, I used to tour nonstop, so I know how we'd roll in and not know what's going on because whoever booked it didn't give us information and all that. And I've watched you when we arrived and other bands come in, how you deal with them, what you do, how you're staying there. Either you're working the door sometimes. Sometimes you do the door for them.
Yeah. Some venues in town, they're cheaper on the production side, but you have to work the door.
Yeah, I know.
But
yeah.
then
we'll talk
where
about
that money's going. So.
We won't knock the owners too hard. I'll let you do that. But yeah, I've got to, hey, it's exposure. Why don't you come play for free?
Right,
yeah.
How
about a commercial or hang a flyer in the bar or something? Do something. But You know, yeah, Nashville's full of that, and we know that. There's been that stuff on TV you've read, you've been seeing lately, and there's always some hungry person going to do it. You know, that, and they prey on that, in my opinion. That irks me a little bit. And sometimes it is worth doing a show for free. You know, sometimes some exposure is worth it.
Yeah.
Not playing a bar till 2 a.m. for 15 people isn't exposure.
Not.
You know, that's practice.
Yeah.
That's practice of knowing where you came from, and when you do finally get that exposure or a show that to that level that you're aspiring to, that you're like, yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. I know where I came from. Here, I'll grab this. Instead of, hey, will you tote that for me? I'm like, yeah, I'll tote it. I'll tote it out the door and throw it in the road. You know, that's
damn angry old man's in the room today.
I'm a firm believer that you have to pay your dues.
Yes.
Too. Like I have this thing now. Like if you didn't talk to me when I offered a spring water show, don't talk to me when I offer an exit in show.
All day long.
And that's what.
That's right.
Yeah,
so like I can post like, hey, I need a band for spring water on this date, and 3 people, typically the same people. Like, oh yeah, we're up for it. And then, I need a band for exit in.
I mean, your phone's jingle bells.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I keep a list of who does that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I pay attention.
I was on that list at one point.
Yeah. Well,
no, not really.
You know,
not really.
I like what you said about your name, because you know it's an old Bob Marley quote that you don't know where you're going if you don't know where you came from.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
so and that's
Very true.
I like that. That's pretty good. That's a good way to focus on that.
Yeah, I try to approach everything with a bit of humility. You know, I don't play instruments.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible at it. I took piano lessons when I was a kid. That's about it.
Yeah.
But I try to give everybody a fair shot. You know, if you haven't played any shows, I'll throw you on.
I'll sidebar here for a second. If I'm not mistaken, you've recently become engaged.
I have. I don't know if she's listening. She's in school.
I was going to say, are you going to throw her a shout out, or I have to?
I'm trying to throw him under the bus, man.
I'm trying to help him out over here.
Kinda.
Well, I looked at him 18 times. Like, let me tell you.
Well, congratulations, man.
Yes.
Thank you. We got engaged October 18th, so we went to Kleeman's Dome.
That's cool.
Yeah, my mother has a cabin up there. We went to visit for the weekend. Went to Asheville. So she loves to hike. I kind of hate it, honestly. But I said, we'll go hiking. So in my mind, I'm like, I can propose her after this hike. Like, that'd be great. She'll enjoy that. So we go to Kleeman's Dome, and it's like the highest point in the state.
And it's not an easy hike.
Paint me unaware. Okay, so we're going up this entire uphill trail, and I want to die. The whole time I'm like, why am I doing this? And I had that ring in my pocket. I'm like, I'm not going to do it.
Pissing me off.
So we finally, we'll call it 4 hours. It wasn't quite 4 hours. We finally made it to the top. You know, we were getting passed by, older couples with canes. But we go up to the top. And I was like, I guess I'm going to do this after all. And we asked somebody to take our picture, and I, got down on one knee, proposed. And her first reaction was, no. And I'm like what? And there's people around. They're looking at me. But then she quickly says, yes, her no was because the same reason. She didn't think I was going to do it after the uphill climb I just did.
Yeah.
So
you had enough breath to do it.
Right. But yeah, so got engaged. Our date's gonna be October 5th. Getting married at the Hermitage. So
very nice.
Excited. It's gonna be a good time.
You beat me by a week.
Beat you by a week.
By a week. It was October 27th.
Oh,
on this end. Yeah. I remember.
See,
I saw
I figure you just saw mine. You're like, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah,
That's cool.
but you're waiting a year. They were like, just stepped on the gas pedal, buddy.
Hey, at my age, I gotta do that. I get lucky enough on somebody like Kim that I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say you had to lock that one down before she changed her mind.
Snap, lock, done. Or as they say, game, set, match.
Yeah. I don't know who won that one.
She did. But that's what they say. If you win, that's what
I
they say.
think you won that one, to be honest with you.
True. True on that end. Yeah. But I'm just saying, but normally when you win from the other angle, that's what you say.
You definitely married up.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, way up. Like higher than he walked. Well, you're listening to Renovation Nation live on Super Talk 99.7 with Mr. Jay Gregory. You can get him at sadspacemanpromotions@gmail.com. Jay Gregory. Next one we come up is Mr. Jamison Durham, and we're still going to be talking about all kinds of craziness. See you in 3.
That's a good segment.
Good job there, buddy.
Oh, yeah, that was a nice segment.
Daryl Craig's like, passed by older couples with canes. That's hilarious.
That
was a good story, man.
That was
a really good story.
Where is that?
What's that?
Where is that?
Just that.
Outside,
Still that right there.
Roll back up. I'm looking for.
Is there a waterfall over there?
Since 2016's acclaimed 50th
Not
anniversary
that one, but the last hike I did with her was a waterfall, and it was like a mile and a half. It was like 4 miles straight up.
Where? Here? Here?
There's just like a
There?
right?
Oh, yeah.
See like 5 states.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, you can't see me down. Again, I got a little shot glass somebody got me with a nun on it.
What do you do with it?
Shot glass?
Remember that shot glass y'all got me? I can't say it live on the air.
Oh,
With
yeah.
a nun?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It was when your 8-year-old man birthday.
Yep.
Part of his 8-year-old, yeah. Accessory package for the 8-year-old man.
Yeah.
I was a little angry for a second, and I liked it.
That's all right. Hey, dude, I'm gonna tell you. You know, when you live in the self-employed world, it's easy to be irritated.
It's yeah. You can't. It can be if you let it get to you.
Well, and if you do it, and the longer you do it,
Yep.
the more it gets to you.
Unless you let it just go. You
That's
gotta
why
get out.
that's why I'm eventually gonna make it to Peru, do the ayahuasca trip.
What's that? Is that a water trip?
No. Ayahuasca's an old Peruvian
Trail or something?
It's like a DMT kind of thing.
Oh heck.
Yeah, you go down there and sit with this Indian shaman woman in this grass hut.
Okay.
You get it figured out.
Okay. Or you don't make it out, I guess.
Well, there's been some people not make it back.
Dude, you'd last like 4 hours.
Oh, okay.
Who?
You.
Where?
In Peru in a grass tent.
Are you kidding me? Do you not know who this is? I slept in the back of my truck just because I was too drunk to drive home. I can handle it.
In a field.
Yeah,
In a field.
Yeah, by myself.
Yeah, no.
Got about a minute.
I drove to Alaska and back. I can handle a grass hut in Peru for a
Oh,
week.
I handle grass hut.
Yeah.
I don't know about an old woman in a tent though. But
Me and you need to go on a trip. I'm going to show you who's what pissing me off. I wouldn't last 4 hours in a grass.
Well, I don't camp.
I think she's challenging
See,
you.
that's what I'm. Okay, so you don't.
I don't camp. Put me up in a Marriott or
I'm not putting
something.
you up.
It's a married tree in Peru. Get you off the ground.
We'll get you in a hammock.
Oh, we're getting ready to go.
Peruvian
All right.
Marriott.
Peruvian and Marriott
Is a hammock.
with a composted toilet.
No, one more.
And a TV.
Discounts throughout the entire store.
You can't make it on TV for a week.
No. If I'm gonna live without my phone, I gotta know what's going on.
That's the problem. We know too much.
That's actually not really true. That's all propaganda.
Yeah, I mean, we don't even. After this whole immigration thing, like I'm just kind of done with. I mean, I give up.
There we go. We're getting close.
I give up.
Just FYI.
No point in caring.
Look like a pen.
You don't know what to do anyway.
They're gonna do what they want to. I don't care how you vote. Here we are.
I think we're back. Yeah.
Oh,
Is
that's the
that
groove going now.
Is that was it? Who is that?
I don't know. That's Kevin.
Yeah, that's sounds like what the shit. I can't remember, but you're listening to Renovation Nation. Yeah. Kick it.
Kevin's like,
Let it jam a little bit. What I'm talking about.
Turn the lights down.
Now turn it down in here. Boom.
Come here, Carly.
In a Peruvian
Whose hand is on my leg?
in a Peruvian hut somewhere. But anyways, you're listening to Renovation Nation live on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Sitting here live in the studio, if you didn't know, because they would have deleted this a long time ago. That we're sitting here with Mr. Chris Gilbert with Westwood Management, guys, bringing up Mr. Jamison Durham of Blackwell Realty, I'll call it Blackwell Realty and Auction, and Mr. Jay Gregory of Spaceman, College Giannotti, Miss Kimberly Rowland. We're all in the house today having some fun. Hello, Mr. Durham.
Hello, Chad. What is happening, brother?
Man, I do not know it. I hate it. He has a better voice than I do.
Got my radio voice on Sunday. Monster truck racing and dancing.
Muting, Kevin. Muting. That's over. He's out. Jay, how you doing, man? No. So, hey, this is the first time you've been back. Since you were a weekend.
A weekend, the first time I came here, I knew nothing about anything. I was scared to death. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about? You know, I'm just getting started with this. So my first year in, won a gold award from the National Association of Realtors for sales.
All right.
Boom.
So not too bad.
Boom. There you go, baby.
Yes.
I gotta get some effects in here. I can make like the claws and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
well, that's Kevin. Kevin could do that.
That man works too many hours back there. I
We'll
gotta
ask him
give
to do
Kevin
no
a
more.
break. Yeah, no, he'll kill us. But But anyhow, so it's going well. Minus that, it sounds like it's going awesome.
It's going great. 93% of my business has been friends and family referrals. I really want to be very referral based this year, getting away from internet leads. One thing that I want to talk about is matching what you're doing with your with the donations on that for the Leukemia Society. That Dwayne's a friend of mine. It's affected me. Got family that's affected. Means a lot to me that you're doing that. I'm proud of it.
I appreciate that, man.
And so what I'm going to do to match that is for any listing appointment that I go on during that time frame, I'm going to donate $15. Then anything that I get under contract or sold in that time, I'll donate $250 for each
Boom!
one.
Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Say, man, I appreciate
There's your $1,000 right there.
That is. Yeah.
He's getting the man of the year, or you're kind of the.
Are you okay on that, man? No, what I was trying to do was
just
stay on that side of the mic, but I was trying to get you. You got a face for radio too, so that's why I'm putting you on Facebook. So I'm trying to get you where you look good over there.
Awesome.
But anyways, so what would you now when you were here the first time? We were talking about how do you even get into real estate? And you were going over all that. Now coming from then to now, what would you tell Chris right here if he was jumping into real estate, since that's not what he does?
Well, I think the next thing that I want to focus on, now that I've made the jump and I've gotten into it and got over my fear and out there living it and loving it and doing it, one thing that I noticed the three of us have in common with his promotions, with your roofing company, and with what I do, we're all very passionate, if not borderline obsessed with what we do.
I agree with that.
And I think to be successful at the level that we want to be successful at, you've got to be obsessed, you've got to be passionate, and you've got to live it and breathe it and really
sleep with it and make your bed and lay in it. You got to.
You just told me I don't need to be a real estate agent.
Exactly. And I have people all the time that are like, well, hey man, that sounds like such a cool job. I like to sleep in. Like, oh no.
There you go. No. Yeah.
If you want to be good, you're gonna be up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be making phone calls. You're gonna be on the road. You're gonna go do your things. Last night I was writing offers at 10:45. I woke up again at 5 o'clock this morning. Started the whole routine again. When we get done here, I've got to go show houses in Lebanon this afternoon. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go show houses in Smithville. Tuesday, I've got to go to a listing appointment in Lebanon. So if you want to do it, be willing to do it 6 days a week from sun up to sundown.
That's it.
Or stay home.
Yep. Now, there is a time you got to have a life.
You do.
Now, there is. I tell people all the time, after 7 or 8 o'clock, unless it's something emergency or something somewhere, I'm out.
I'm 4.
Yeah.
4 o'clock. Leave me alone.
4 a.m.
4 p.m. Man, dude, I'm out.
Yeah, you're right. But you got to. Dwayne and I were talking the other day. It's like the way we approach this business. He's my right hand man, and he's been with me for a long time. We've known each other for a long time, and we had to remind ourselves that that we love what we do. I mean, not love what we do, but we put everything we can in what we do, and so sometimes when doing things, you've got to step back and look at it from that perspective of the point that not everybody does. So sometimes when you're talking to somebody or somebody else or this and that you believe in what you do, but they might not. That might be something else they're doing it's a different twist. Everybody sees things different ways.
It is, and you've got to learn how to share that passion that you've got.
Yes.
And either make it enthusiastic or have enough for both of you.
That's it, and that's the key. And so I appreciate that though. But
that's why Chad's successful right there, because he's got enough for all of us.
You're fine.
That's true.
So fair enough. But it is you got to be. To me, I can't sell something I don't believe in.
Exactly.
And I tell people all the time, if I've got to lie, cheat, or steal, I'll do something else. I always say jokingly, even my relatives that have passed away will come out of the ground, kick my tail, and go back in if I do something that stupid. I guess I'm old school now, what they call it. I was raised in a different time period where we worked. I've been lazy. I'll be the first one to tell you, I've been the laziest of anybody in this room and probably this building at moments in my life. But at other times, I work and you get up and you got to do what you got to do. And I like to work hard and play hard.
Exactly.
That's what I like to do. And then what I mean by play hard, sitting watching the Bronx Tale last night. We were sitting there. That's my play hard for the moment. To me that was playing hard to be able to sit there and enjoy a movie that was actually a movie. Taught you good valuable lessons.
It was. I remember that.
Be loyal. Never have a life where you can't not trust somebody.
I'm gonna segue off of that since my promoter didn't promote the show.
Should I did?
My idea of playing hard. I'm in a band called Sons of Our Fathers. We are playing tonight at Fat Bites at Hermitage.
Nice. That's Rodney.
Rodney is the singer.
Yeah, Hot Rod.
Rodney.
Rodney. No, not your Rodney.
Okay, I was gonna say.
If you got Rodney on vocals and me on guitar, that's a pretty dominant combination.
Y'all need like a rhythm guitar player, don't you?
We could, and I want to challenge you. I want some music from you in 2019.
I kind of want to back up a little bit.
Yeah, back it up.
There was the segment just a second ago that you said that your play hard was watching a movie.
That was. Well,
where?
No,
I don't want to talk to this alien body that has come in and taken Chad Rowland away.
Let me rephrase that. Me, anything I do when playing what I call playing or playing hard is something I want to do at that moment and do it as much as I can. And at that moment in time is sitting there doing nothing but watching a good movie I hadn't seen in 10 years, 15 years. So yeah, you're right. My normal play hard is.
Yeah, all right. I'm just wanting you to clarify. I just need a little clarification here, so I know who I'm dealing with now.
We're getting older.
He got married, and then the next thing you know, it's all hell in a handbasket.
Oh yeah, but so back to the real estate. How's the market?
Market is strong. It's definitely in my sphere woke up a lot in the last week or so. Even though it doesn't look like spring, it's nasty out there. It's cold. It's wet. But we're listing, we're selling, we're buying. You know, in Wilson County alone, I think there's about 240 houses that have closed since the first of the year. Average price in Wilson County was around $333,000.
I was going to ask you, when you said you were selling houses in Lebanon, what those prices were going for. That way.
About $333 on average, and I looked it up 10 years ago, just from something that I saw on Facebook. So I'd have something to talk to them about. Maybe argue a little bit, because that's what social media is for, right? Is to argue. 10 years ago, the average price in Lebanon was $189,000.
Yeah.
So what is that, like a 75% increase
it's
in a decade?
Stupid.
Something like that.
Stupid.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right, that's good to know.
So for everybody, it's like, well, man, I wish I'd bought 10 years ago. You're buying today for 10 years in the future.
Yeah.
It's not too late.
True.
You know?
But it always takes money to make money.
But I mean, the wages, I see where they're coming from, though, because wages and cost of living cost of living's outpacing wages.
At the moment.
Yeah. At the moment.
It's got to catch up. Otherwise, it's just, I mean, you can't buy, it's still the same right now as it was when you come here a year ago or whatever, I can't sell my house and buy my neighbors. Typically, you can't sell your house and buy your neighbors because of the value, the overall.
You can't get what you got to. Yeah, you have to move to West Virginia or Mississippi or somewhere where it costs a living.
Yeah, and or an hour out, Murfreesboro, Rockville.
Even Murfreesboro.
Oh, I know.
It's getting crazy.
I know. And
Carthage, Smithville.
Yes.
I'll tell you another great market right now for me is Clarksville. I've got a house listed in Clarksville. It's 3186 Cross Ridge Drive. You know, it's a 3.2, 2,000 square foot house. It's $219,000.
Oh, wow.
Where in Nashville can you get a 3.2, 2,000 square foot for $219? And it's 40 minutes down.
How big's the lot?
24. It's about half an acre-ish.
See?
Without moving in front of me.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. If you find something in 200,000 mark anywhere.
Oh,
yeah. I can't
livable.
tell you how many people that I've showed houses to in Nashville, and they tell me their budget, and they're like, "Why do you keep showing me crack houses?" Because you want to be in Nashville at this price point. But if you want to go down the road to say Clarksville, here's what you can get.
Yeah.
And it's a world of difference. Like, can you drive an extra 20 minutes to work?
Yeah, but
20. You mean like 2 hours?
Yeah. Well,
sorry,
see, that's
not Clarksville, but that's any direction.
Yeah. Well, and you know, you want to pay for it with your soul and traffic, or you want to pay for it with a bank loan? You know.
Yeah. No, that's why I said. No, that's why I say all the time. I'm like, I bought where I bought at. I got lucky enough to get where I did and get in when I did.
Yeah.
That I could have gotten a lot more for my buck, you know, in 45 minutes away. But I'm spending 3 hours a day out in my car. You know, that's 15 hours a week. That's X number of hours a month and year. And it's not worth it to me at this point. Now, when I finally pull the plug, I'm not moving an hour out to drive an hour in. I don't care what's out there. I can't. Because I'm always in the car anyhow. I'm not driving to work and staying there and then driving home. That's different. I'm always in my vehicle. But at the same point in time, that's me, though. That's my preference.
Everybody's got those choices they have to make. What do you want and what do you want?
What are you willing to sacrifice?
Yes,
you know,
see,
you're sacrifice something.
Exactly.
That's it.
Something's going to sacrifice. Like I said, you can't have cheap, you can't have good, you can't have close. All three. Pick two.
Cheap, good, 2 out of 3. Yeah.
If you want to do that, you need to move to Dixon or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some ways way out.
How about this? Just don't move to Nashville, people.
Yeah,
we're stay out. We're full. Especially the non-unicorns. So anyways, you're listening to Renovation Nation live on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. We come back. We're back to the sad Spaceman. See you in 3.
Little Elvis.
Nice. worked in that show.
Jonathan.
Yeah, you did work in the show. That's good. Yeah. You can tell them on this again. So this Facebook Live. So, I mean, you can share that later if you want to say anything. If there's anything you want to say while we're not on there, right there.
I mean, it's just all.
What is that place like?
Fat Bite?
Yeah.
It's a little restaurant bar. It's
It's
small.
a bar?
But it's good.
I go to that homegrown place a lot for a long time.
Shepherd? Yeah, used to go there a lot.
Probably where I'll go to eat before.
So good.
Hey, do you have that guy's quote again? Or have you got it? Yeah, can you text that or not text it?
It's just their way of saying thank you for all that you've done to protect and serve.
You wrote it last time, didn't you?
Yeah.
Your job is too small, even in one shingle repair.
We're not talking about it.
Oh, no, I don't care. Not yet. No, because I can't, hang on, let me see if I can get in my email, because I couldn't remember my password there for a second. If I shut this down, it cuts that off, and I'm already logged in, I don't want to do
Give me
that.
that pen and I'll just write it again.
Okay, hang on, let me try something real quick before you do that. They try it. Do that again. Jamison Durham can be reached right there for you Facebook livers.
Johnny, I'll give you some minutes.
Just see me go up. Right there, right there. Boom. There it is. Bam. Nice. Alright, let's see.
Stop being cheap. Smart. You never see these two guys in the same store. Except for one. That's why I shop at Genesis Diamonds. Genesis Diamonds is that rare shopping experience where you can have
yeah, I think it's this one.
I know, they painted his face inside.
exceptional service and the guaranteed best price in America. A premium experience and a smart purchase. This is where the best of all worlds come together. Genesis Diamonds, voted best jewelry store year after year. Green Hills and Cool Springs.
H Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? H
No, I
Publishing
can't get in
will
mine.
book into bookstores and
Here.
for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and
We're going back up to the river and hanging out.
Soon, we were going to go today, but we're not. But I don't think we are.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
Author submission kit.
yeah, and we'll text my Brian's up there.
Yeah, they're up there.
Yeah, 'cause I tried.
Want to save on Medicare Part D copays? Your local Rite Aid now has a Walgreens pharmacy.
Oh, I've got that Eagle View. I got to work that up too. You want me to email that to you?
Yeah, just email to my
Who is it?
It's my neighbor Jeff Johnson.
Jeff Johnson, we're going to put on it?
Yeah, Jeff Johnson.
Okay.
Yeah, he's that. This dude, man. He's that new interchange on 24
Yeah.
right before you get to Old Hickory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a complete list of
That
available
was his.
plans, please contact
Oh, wow.
1-800 Medicare.
Yeah, he
TTY
just
users
bought
should
some
call
land behind it.
1-877-486-2048. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or consult www.medicare.gov.
After selling
All
it.
pharmacies are available on our network.
Uh-oh.
Highway speeds,
Getting close.
the average text
But yeah, he's a
takes
good
your
dude.
eyes
You'll
off
like
the
him.
road for about 5 seconds. That's enough time to travel the length of a football field.
Yeah, 5 seconds. I got rear-ended.
Stop
She was looking straight down.
Brought to you by
Here
the
we go. I
National
think we'll go
Traffic
there.
Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This
We're
hour
brought
of
to
programming
you by.
RTM
Sound like Jameson.
Go to
That was really good.
RTMroofing.com.
for all your roofing needs.
There we go.
Whooping.
What's, yeah. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm
I
talking
dig
about.
this now.
Yeah.
Kevin, you're gonna have to send me this
Kevin,
link.
Kevin hadn't been to bed in 4
Yeah.
days. Yeah. Sitting here live on Super Talk 99.7 WT, and you're listening to Renovation Nation.
And this rockin' tune.
Yep. Yeah. So we do. We're sitting here live, though, today in Nashville, Tennessee. Chad Rowan, the host, owner of RTM Roofing, reminding you to get your roof inspected once a year. It will save you thousands. Don't believe me? Call me. 615-500-0751. Sitting here with Chris Gelberth, Carla Giannotti, Miss Kimberly Presley.
Oh, she did the horse already?
I'm so used to that. Miss Kimberly rolling, my bad. But see what y'all done to me in here?
Well, Freudian slip, man.
golly, I said,
Dude, you
anyway.
can't do that, man.
Yeah, that's see,
Elvis.
it was Elvis. Thank you.
She's giving you excuses
Yeah, no,
now. That's all.
thank
That's a good job.
Thank you,
Thank you
man.
very much.
But anyways, sitting here with Mr. Jamison Durham of Blackwell Realty and Auction. And by the way, you can reach them reach him at 615-879-5998. And that's Blackwell Realty and Auction. And sitting here with also Mr. Jay Gregory of Sad Spaceman Promotions. And you can reach him at sadspacemanpromotions@gmail.com. So Jay, if you had one word to tell a band that was calling you, I mean, or something to tell them of like what you do or how you can help them? What is it? What do you tell them?
Well, a lot of bands that contact me these days having issues with venues contacting them back. So a lot of what I do now is touring bands, especially in March with South by Southwest, which is March 8th through 17th, I believe. I have 10 shows next month alone.
Nice.
Like, it's insane because all these bands coming down want to go stop. Everybody wants to stop in Nashville.
Hey, remember, well, I forgot to tell everybody, we're putting a show together for the LLS Society that we're going to be busting out in one of these weeks of March right here. We're going to let everybody know. So if there's any of your bands out there that want to come in, and we'll do something for them. But if they want to get some exposure, as we said earlier, they want some free exposure. No, but seriously, if we used to donate our time a lot. But if anybody wants to donate that, I mean, telling your guys, we'll throw a big party afterwards or something, and we'll have some fun too.
Absolutely.
What would you tell bands what the number one thing not to do?
Oversaturate yourself, hands down. There's a lot of bands in town, and they're great. Don't get me wrong, but if you play every weekend, you're getting less and less people through the door each
Make
time.
it intriguing. You gotta make
it when you're first
you.
starting out, it's new, it's fun. You're like, oh man, I want to go play. I want to share my art with everybody, and that's great. It really is, and we appreciate that. But if you're playing twice a week, 10 times a month, people are gonna stop coming to your shows. You're not gonna make money. It's gonna frustrate you. And
that's why you quit booking us. We were playing like 3 times a night.
3 times a night.
We've done that. Now we've done that. We've done a couple shows, but not in the same city. We play here and then we do it to the next one.
We're gonna play Murfreesboro, Nashville, Clarksville. Cool, that's great. But if you're playing Nashville every other week, or every weekend, it's too much.
We've done same day gigs. We've done something in Nashville and then immediately ran to Murfreesboro. Did like an afternoon thing at an event, and then went and played. Like Main Street or the Borough back in the day, or one of the infamous Gentleman Gyms and all that good stuff. Yeah,
those places are still there too. The Borough and Gentleman. I don't know. I mean,
you know why? Because there's so many livers plastered on the walls of them. That place they'll never fade away.
No. And have you guys been by Gentleman Gyms over there on Main Street lately?
1 or 2.
Well, whatever one's on Main Street, but they've built up a bunch of apartment complexes around them.
That's true.
Right? So I mean, they're at the end of a street where people can just walk. I used to live on that road.
So, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, City View Drive.
Yep.
Yep.
But so now back to the Jay is, or are there other things you would tell them? I mean, if they're coming in town and not passing through, do you help them with hotels or at least where to find places, or is that hard in Nashville?
It can be difficult. That's not something I typically get asked. I've done some national bands that want some hotel rooms, which is fine.
You let them crash at your place, right?
I could. I don't know if Lindsay would care for that. If you don't mind sleeping on the floor and you will wake up with a dog on top of you some point through the night, then sure, crash. But
I can tell you what Redstone would have said back in the day. Deal. Deal. Right. You didn't know they'd already set the clothes inside their house. They were already sitting there ready to go.
Get your stuff out there. Like with Jamison's band, I'm working with them. Sons of Our Fathers. I'm working with another guy named Anthony J. He just played at the Borough Bar and Grill last night.
Nice.
Oh wow, okay.
First show I've booked there in years.
Yeah.
But get your stuff out there. Put out a music video, even if it's just a lyric video. That's something tangible that you need. Get your music made, get it on streaming services. Make sure you enhance your Facebook, Instagram. I don't like Twitter.
I'm
old school like you.
I can't stand Twitter.
I hate Twitter.
Well, grown men shouldn't tweet anyway. It should be a rule.
It can work, but get your name out there. Don't play with the same bands over and over again. There's a lot of bands. Nashville's become very cliquey. Like, oh, I'm going to play my friends. When I first started, I would only book my friends' bands, and I was paying money out of my pocket every show. I love my friends, but they didn't always bring people to shows.
Right.
You learn that quick. You can play with the same people over and over again. You're just recycling the same thing. You're not getting new listeners. You're not getting new fans. If you have merchandise, you're not selling it.
Yep.
So stretch your arm out and say, hey, I like that band. I've never played with them before. Let's do it. Even if it's not the same
genre. I always
genre.
love playing with different genres because people get sick and tired in the crowd of hearing Southern rock.
Absolutely.
Go from a pop band to a cover, whatever. I mean, just change it up. Because it's all about grabbing that 5, 10, 15% of the crowd. You're not ever going to grab them all anyhow.
Right.
Get the niche, because everybody in there listens to more than just one stream unless you're, at a, whatever kind of show. I mean, I can't pull anybody out of my hat right now, but you know what I mean, unless it's just something strict, and that's all they listen to.
That's something I always try to do is
You always
there
do
are
with
people
us.
that just come to shows just because they want to hear that particular style of music. Like you go to a punk show, you don't want somebody with a banjo up there.
You don't want to,
I get that, you know. But
yeah.
I'm having my Nautaroo festival again this year on Bonnaroo weekend. It'll be my 3rd time doing that. So we're doing 2 nights: a Crying Wolf June 14th and Exit In June 15th. Each one of those shows is going to be super eclectic. There's going to be a nerdcore rapper, which raps about his latest song's about spaghetti.
Nice.
We're going to have Jameson's band, Look What I Did, which is Alice in Chainsy rock.
Nerdcore?
Little Black Keys thrown in there. We're going to have a hip-hop artist. We're going to have country artists. We're going to have all these meshed together like any festival would have.
That's awesome.
And it does fairly well. This will be the second time we've had it in 3 years. So
but it's not a Roo anymore. I mean, down at Bonnaroo, because that whole thing has changed. I was at the very first 3. Me and Doc Hollywood, who's still down there doing he's the mayor of Bonnaroo now, which is crazy. We started out as runners, and he just went on in the production thing. I got out. I was tired of it. But the kick of it is it's completely night and day what it is down there. They took it from what they meant as a good thing, and now it's all commercialized. In my opinion,
it got bought out and it changed.
That's exactly. And but that's good. You're doing a Nautaroo. Again, we're going to be letting people know about our March show coming up. That's to raise money for LLS. Jamison Durham's donating his money. $15 for every listing and $250 for every closing.
Everything closed.
Man, that's flipping huge, man. I mean, that makes me want to step up a little bit on mine.
You're doing my part.
Yeah, and what are you donating, Chris?
Whatever you need, brother.
No, man, I know. I do, man. You know that. I love you, brother. But no, it's we're going to raise a lot of money in that, and that's good information, bands, because these kids don't know nowadays, and we didn't know back then. Back then, though, when we were touring, there wasn't internet. We were one of the first bands that had an EPK.
Yeah.
And Days of the New production actually did our EPK.
Nice.
And so we went up to Louisville, Kentucky, and all that good stuff, and we were handing discs. And we're like, what's this? Well, it's a CD, of course, which that was new in the '90s as well. But at the same point in time, you could put it in your computer, and it showed you videos, bio, the whole 9 yards. And it was, now it's standard. If you don't have one of those, you better have at least a tune, and then that.
I actually just booked Todd Whitener from Days of the New.
Really?
Was it December? I guess you guys played with him. James's band played with him. Super nice guy.
Man, I don't get invites to these shows anymore. I used to get invites.
Facebook, Chad. Facebook. I see.
I live on Facebook. Oh yeah, I do. I'm watching the Bronx Tales. I'm playing hard at the house.
Yeah. He's watching movies. He doesn't have time for shows.
But anyhow, so. Let's see, what else? Anything else you want? We got a couple minutes. We got about 1 minute left, I think, or so.
Like Jameson said earlier, we got a show tonight. His band's playing Sons of Our Fathers. If you come in and mention you heard us on the radio show, we'll give you a card from Jameson's services. We'll give you a Sad Spaceman koozie.
He's got some mints or Tic Tacs or something.
I'll give him a card,
free beer,
mints, and some ink pens.
Ink pens. You can write stuff with that.
I like pens.
But Fat Bites, Donaldson, 9 o'clock, Sons of Our Fathers, Anthony J. and Mel Bryant and the Mercy Makers.
Jay Gregory, Sad Spaceman Promotions at gmail.com. Again, Jay Gregory at Sad Spaceman Promotions at gmail.com, and Mr. Jamison Durham of Blackwell Realty and Auction. Reach him at 615-879-5998. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Call RTM Roofing. We'll help you out with your roof, or at least stop the water from dripping on you. If we get to come out, like I said, we're donating $15 for every repair and $100 for every roof that we do between now and April 26th. First responders, you're automatically 10% off. You know that. David's Faith and Hope for Life Foundation. You always got to have faith. You always got to have hope, because at the end of the day, if you have those, you will have life. David Barnes. See you.
I'm Gordon Shane, 4th generation Jew. Day one, my great-grandfather.
You're good at my timing on that. That was like down to
the minute for the second.
Yeah. 2 for 2. Cool. Yep. Check out Mr. Jamison right there. Over. Right there. Going up a little bit. Yep. You did good there, man. And the Sad Spaceman. It's wild how that does that.
We talk about kickball.
Cool. No, we didn't. Well, there's a whole reason on that one. But anyways, see y'all next week. Go to rtmroofing.com. Donate. Share it. Do something. Spread the word. Peace.
Whatever your budget, you'll have more diamond shapes and sizes to choose from than anyone else in town.